Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Aspire with Konu. Today's topic is important articles. Part 1 contains Article 1 to 4 related to establishment of state and UTs. Article 1 deals with name and territory of the Union. Article 2 admission and establishment of new states. Article 3 talks about formation of the new states and alteration of areas and boundaries of the existing states. Part 2 deals with Article 5 to 11 related to citizenship. Article 5 defines citizenship. Article 6 talks about right of citizenship of a person who has migrated to India from Pakistan. Article 8 deals with the rights of citizenship of certain person of Indian origin residing outside of India. Article 10 deals with continuance of right of citizenship. Article 11 Parliament to regulate the right of citizenship by law. Part 3 Articles 12 to 35 related with fundamental rights. Article 12 definition of the states. Article 13 laws inconsistent with or in derogation of fundamental rights are void to the extent of such inconsistency. Right to equality. Article 14 to 18. Article 14 deals with equality before law. Article 15 prohibition of discrimination on the grounds of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth. Article 16 equality of opportunity in the matters of public employment. Article 17 deals with abolition of untouchability. Article 18 talks about abolition of titles. Right to freedom. Articles 19 to 22. Article 19 guarantees to all the citizens the 6th freedom of rights. Article 19 1 subclause A deals with freedom of speech and expression. Article 19 1 subclause B deals with right to assemble peacefully without arms. Article 19 1 subclause C talks about right to form association and unions. Article 19 1 subclause D right to move freely throughout the territory of India. Article 19 1 subclause E right to reside and settle in any part of the Indian territory. Article 19 1 subclause G right to practice any occupation, trade and business. Article 20 deals with protection in respect of conviction for offences. Article 20 clause 1 no ex post facto law. Article 20 clause 2 no double jeopardy. Article 20 clause 3 no self incrimination. Article 21 deals with protection of life and liberty. Article 21A right to education. Article 22 protection against arrest and detention in certain cases. Right against exploitation. Article 23 to 24. Article 23 talks about prohibition of human trafficking and child labor. Article 24 deals with prohibition of employment of children under age 14. Right to freedom of religion. Article 25 to 28. Article 25 freedom of conscience and free profession, practice and propagation of religion. Article 26 freedom to manage religious affairs. Article 27 deals with freedom to pay taxes for promotion of any particular religion. Article 28 talks about freedom from attending religious instruction. Cultural and educational rights. Articles 20 to 30, 29 to 30. Article 29 protection of interest of minorities. Article 30 deals with the right of minorities to establish and administer educational institution. Article 31 deals with right to property, which was removed to Article 300A. Right to constitutional remedies. Article 32 deals with remedies for fundamental rights. Part 4 Directives Principles of State Policy Ends of DPSPs contains Article 36 to 51. Article 36 defines state for the purpose of Part 4. Article 37 DPSPs are not enforceable by any court. Article 38 states that DPSPs seek to a welfare state. Article 39 clause A right to secure adequate means of livelihood. Clause B equal distribution of material resources. Clause C prevention of concentration of wealth. Clause D equal pay for equal work for men and women. Clause E preservation of health of workers and children from forcible abuse. Clause F opportunity to opportunity of healthy development of children. Article 39A deals with promoting equal justice and free legal aid to the poor. Article 40 deals with organization of village panchayat. Article 41 talks about right to work, to education and public assistance in certain cases. Article 48, working women on maternity leaves receive all maternity benefits. Article 43, secures living wages for workers and promote cottage industries. Article 43A talks about participation of workers in management of industries. Article 43B deals with promoting cooperative societies. Article 44 deals with uniform civil code. Article 45 talks about provision for early childhood care and free and compulsory education. Article 46 deals with promotion of educational and economic interest of SC, ST and OBC. Article 47 talks about duty of states to reach the level of nutrition and standard of living and to improve public health. Article 48 related to organization of agriculture and animal husbandry. Article 48A related to protect and improve the environment and safeguard forest and wildlife. Article 49 talks about protection of monuments and places and objects of national importance. Article 50 deals with separation of judiciary from executive. Article 51 promotion of international peace and security. 51 clause A states responsibility to foster international peace and security. 51B maintain just and honorable relation between nations. 51C encourage respect for international laws and treaty. 51D promote the settlement of international disputes through arbitration. Thank you friends for visiting my channel.